Stay down, came up, God made a way. Stay down, came up, God made a way. Stay down, came up, God made a way.
What's going on, family? This is Alexi Smith with Freedom Financial, and this is part 2 to our Faith and Finance series, where we're going to be going over financial principles directly from the Bible. Hopefully you guys are reading your Bibles, right? But either way, what we're going to be doing is giving you some tips as far as what you can do with your finances according to the Bible. All right, so we got 2 different sections we're going to be going over today. The first one is going to be from Ecclesiastes. The second one is going to be from Matthew, right? So the first one we're going to focus on is Ecclesiastes chapter 11, verses 1 and 2. And a side note recommendation, what I would suggest is have different types or different versions of the Bible. So it's always good to have the King James and the NIV and the American, version of the Bible. Or if you go onto either Bible Hub or Bible Gateway, it'll show you all the different versions, because each one is going to be a little different as far as how they explain, the verse that you're reading, right? So let's go into it. So this is Ecclesiastes chapter 11, verses 1 and 2. It says, "Cast your bread upon the waters, for you will find it after many days. Give a portion to 7 or to 8, for you don't know what misfortune or evil may come upon the land." So what the Bible is literally telling us here is not only should we be investing, but we should be investing and diversifying our investments. So it said, send your bread or send your grain across the waters or across the seas, and then you're going to receive a return on that after many days. And make sure that when you do have investments, everything is not all in one basket. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Have at least 7 or 8 different investments, because you don't know what things are going to happen upon the land. All right, guys, so the second verse we're going to be going over, it's in Matthew. So this is Matthew chapter 25, verses 14 to 30. This is the parable of the talents. If you heard of the parable of the talents, you already know the story. If you haven't, I'm going to actually be paraphrasing. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I definitely recommend go and read the whole thing. Like I said, it's chapter 25, verses 14 through 30. So here's how the story goes. So there's a master, right? He's leaving, but before he leaves, he actually gives each one of his servants some money, right? So he gives one 5 talents, which is the money at the time, right? So one he gives 5, another one he gives 2, and another one he gives 1. And then after some time, he goes away, he comes back, right? And then he's checking up on everybody. And the one who had 5 talents, he ends up doubling his money. The one who had 2 talents, same thing, he ends up doubling his money. And for both the servants, when they reported to the master, what the master said to them was, "Good job, my good and faithful servant." Right? But then the one who had the 1, he said, "You know what? It was so hard for you to get the money. So what I did was I hid it." Right? And here's the money back. And here's what he said. I'm going to actually read what he said. What the master said to him is, "You wicked and slothful servant," or "you wicked and lazy servant, you knew that I have reaped where I have not sown and gathered where I have scattered no seed. Then you could have at least invested my money with the bankers, and at my coming I should have received what was my own with interest. So take the talent from him and give it to the one who has 10 talents. For everyone who has, more will be given, and he will have abundance. But from the one who has not, even what he has will be taken away. And cast the worthless servant into the outer darkness, in the place where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth." So obviously there's a lot there, right? What the Bible is trying to tell us with this story or this parable is a number of things. So number 1, you're not allowed to stay where you are, right? Either you're going to get better or you're going to get worse, but you can't stay where you are. And interestingly enough, the money at the time are called talents, right? So not only is it important to you increase your talents as far as like your money, but it's also important to increase your talents like as far as your abilities, right? So you're not allowed to stay in the same place. You got to get better. You got to increase. You got to be a different person, right? And making more money. So that's number 1, right? You can't stay in the same place. Number 2, it's your responsibility to make a profit. You have to make a profit, right? You have to get a return on your investment. If your money stays the same, if your life stays the same, if you stay the same, guess what? That equals you are slothful. That equals you are lazy, right? And you don't get the "good job, my good and faithful servant." You get cast into the outer darkness, right? So in order for you to be in a better position, right, to where the master now says, "You know what? You've taken care of little. Now I'll put you in charge of many." You got to make a profit, right? So super important. All right, so hopefully you guys got something from these two passages. So I want to do a recap. So the biggest three things you want to take away from this: number one, it's important for you to invest, right? According to the Bible, it's important to invest. Number two, it's important to diversify our investments. Why? Because we don't know what's going to happen. And number three, it's our responsibility to get a return on that investment. It's our responsibility to not be in the same place as we were when the master comes back, right? So comment below. Let me know if you've heard of these verses before. If you haven't, whether you have or haven't, definitely recommend you go back, read it. Let me know your thoughts on it. But make sure to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again on the next video. Have a blessed day, guys.